foul on it. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
You know what I did in pregame? I made sure I touched him as he went by. I want a little bit of what he's got.
The golden arm from last week.
Oh, how much fun was that to watch that game tape, all right? The number of touchdowns, what was that, 5 last week?
Yeah.
But 0 interceptions. So you think he's due to throw a pick, but I'm betting that he continues the streak in this game.
And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called on again this week.
Hurts being chased, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They get to him for a loss of 4. And it brings up third down on the sack. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And here's Taylor on the return. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
An excellent pickup of 34 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll set up to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And they love to find different ways to get in the football. We know that. And you can see he comes into this week 2nd in the NFL in receiving yards out of the backfield. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in and run, one or two receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
2nd and 6. Back to throw. That's down the field for Jefferson. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Off to the races. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So a 1st and... Thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Hurts sets up to throw it. Escapes the sack. Eluding the pressure right. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. From the left hash, this from 46. The kick by Elliott is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Vikings to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. But, Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And, look, they got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Finds his man. There's Jordan Addison. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. The Vikings at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason, and we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Flush. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Looking to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Bates' kick is good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. As they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Here's Hurts to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. To Jefferson on the slant. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll send the tight end in motion. Throwing is Hurts. Keeps himself upright. Shakes him, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. But, Charles, this has been something. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
The Eagles on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. They go play action with Hurts. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. 19 yards that time for number 19.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then you're done.
And he works free. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's another 1st down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
He gets it to Addison. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. They'll look to throw again. Looking for Addison again, and he's got him again. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And he's had a lot of success throwing the ball here early. You see by the numbers, he's already up over 200 yards passing. Two yards to go, 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's complete, right around the 8. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now 1st and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think you need to.
And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack. A line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings take a 3-touchdown lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Buying time to his left. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slip.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. So here's a 3rd and 14. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Another catch for him there, and the numbers starting to stack up a bit. He's closing in already on a 100-yard game. We're still in the first half. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And yep, indeed, the flag is out. We saw it too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Third and 12. They're going to look to throw. Now that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Third down and 6. They'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Back to throw again. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 19-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown from 19 yards away. And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Elliott good with a PAT, and that cuts the lead to 24-10. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Vikings offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he has been a big component of the passing game. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
But whatever they called on defense, they made sure they were ready for the pass on that snap, made the proper adjustments, and helped force an incompletion.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Returnable now for Allen. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half. And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range. The tight end in motion right. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking middle, and that's complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Got it. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
Here we go. Here we go. Ha!
They'll throw now on the final play. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Let's go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will do it for this first half. So the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Now a 2nd and 6. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
The numbers throwing the ball have been great. He's up over 300 yards now for the game. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. He'll look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's third down. They'll set up to throw. They'll get that one to Taylor, complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Bates' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
That's good. The completion there for Seth. And it'll be second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now. He's been terrific so far. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. For the Vikings offense, and Justin Jefferson set to take over once more. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2nd and 6. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Tackle there by big Jordan Davis. From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. In motion goes the tight end. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop. Behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, standing just outside his own goal line. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. In motion right is Addison. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. 3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Hands it off out of the gun. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. This one brought in by Jefferson. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Vikings are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the 31, here's a 2nd down and 9. In motion right, one of the tight ends. 2nd and 9 now. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Back to throw. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Eagles are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. There's a glimpse of Justin Jefferson. Receiver as he and the Minnesota Vikings return back here on offense. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Vikings on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Bates' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Eagles offense back out, getting set for this next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Throwing is Hurts. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Hurts. It's caught at the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. 43 yards. And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. On 3rd down, they're going to go with the option. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Here's Allen. Pushes him over. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Hurts and the Eagles now down by 10, 2:14 to play. They have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, but they need 2 scores. Here's Hurts to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Hurts sets up to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Here comes 2nd down at 5. From the gun, it's Hurts. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. They'll look to throw again. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Back to throw here. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith. So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And they'll indeed take a knee. They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue. But taking that knee, maybe just a sigh of relief. They withstood a big fourth-quarter comeback. Able to hold on, though.
Certainly looked like they had things going their way, didn't it? In the fourth quarter, they had to just hold on. As you said, furious assault on them. But they were able to get it done, take a knee, and head to the locker room with a win.
What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every